Alright guys, so this is the tutorial for the Barbie bag, and I'll have the link down in the description box. So you will need a yarn that you want. I'm using the Caron 1 pound, I believe it's weight size 4, yep, and we're gonna need a knitting needle and a stitch marker to start. So let's get started. I don't want to waste any of your time. So this video is going to be addition to the video how I made the background for the bag. So it's going to be the biggest bag. So what we did is we first knitted 110 rows, and then this bag is 100 rows. So we needed again 110 rows. So that last 10 rows is giving us space for the bag. So this is where my 110 row is. I put a stitch marker in. So now I want to go all the way to the beginning. And if you look really close at the chart, I'll have it downloadable, or yeah, downloadable down in the description box. We are gonna start on the 11th, I guess, row. So let's go all the way till the end of this row. So kind of take your time. Just gonna go all the way back. So like right here. And then it is kind of a little bit challenging when you first start because of the edges, because I'm not ironed them yet. I haven't ironed them yet. So and then we're gonna go up one stitch. So now we are gonna find 11th chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th. And this is where we are gonna start our bag. If you look, we skip 5, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more, and then on the 11th we start our pink chart. So we are gonna grab our yarning needle, and I'm gonna use pink yarn because, you know, Barbie. And we are gonna go into that V stitch. We are going to put our needle just like that, right at the bottom of it. And then I'm just gonna pull most of the yarn out and just leave just a small tail. Like that's pretty good. And then I'm gonna take this out, and we are gonna make, if you look at the chart, there's 2 squares. So that means we're gonna do 2 stitches. So we're gonna go, you see that V? We're gonna go on top to the next V on top of it. Go right across those 2 bars. Hope you guys can zoom in. There you go. 2 bars. We're gonna go, so bottom of the V on top of the second one. Pull our yarn through. And I'll show you plenty of time. And then pull it back to where we started. And then I'm just gonna go straight to the next one, because if you see the 2 V's are, the 2 V's are right next to each other on the bottom. We're starting on the bottom. Perfect. All right. So 1, and then again, so we're right at the bottom of the V that we wanna do. You're gonna go to the top of the next one. Pull your yarn through. And then pull it back where you started. And then I'm gonna go to the one on top but to the right, because if you look, so we just finished these. Let me do this color. So we just did these 2. Oops, we just did these 2. So now we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 on top. So again, pull it to the bottom. Perfect. There you go. And keep it loose, because when you tighten it, it just doesn't look as good. So then we're gonna do 3 stitches across. So 1, 2, 3. So we're just kind of getting bigger, and we're gonna do that 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So 4 times we're gonna make this repetition. So this is the first row of repetitiveness. Just kind of loosen it up. Second row, again, we're at the bottom of the stitch. And then we're just gonna go on top of the stitch we're doing it. 1 above, go through those bars, and then go to the 3rd. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3. Again, we're gonna do 3 more. So just put it all the way down. Awesome. And then go back to the one on top. And again, we're repeating this 1, 2, 3 more times, total of 4, as you can see it on the chart. So you guys are gonna get used to this. This is very easy. Each square on the chart is a single V stitch, if that helps. right. And this is how I do all of my designs, like my tapestries, because they're really fun. And I just love, right now, like this, you could have knitted all together because it is only one color. But when you do start doing detail artwork, I find it easier to just kind of do this method because my yarn is not getting tangled, and I'm just working one section at a time, which is nice. So right now we're working on the letter B in Barbie. So again, just repeating, and this might be quite silent sometime because we're just repeating a lot of rows. So you might want to put on podcast or something, or just kind of play and then stop, you know, something like that. So we're almost done. This is our third repetitive row. And then we're gonna do our fourth. Again, I'm using my chart on Procreate. This is the chart I found on Pinterest. And again, I'll have a link down below. You could make this chart smaller by deleting few repetitive rows, but I just kept it this way because I think it'll be fun to make a really big, huge beach bag. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. Let me tilt it like this, perfect. So 1, 2, 3 rows, and then we have one more repetitive row. Here, everywhere. Right. So then all right, perfect. So we did our almost repetitive row. All right, so we did 4 of the repetitive row. So let me cross it out. So you want to print this chart out, but I do recommend just, you know, save the paper and just use it on your iPad if you have one. If you don't, I believe MacBook, Excel should work as well. So we're going to cross out. So if you look close, we did 2 on the bottom right there. And then we did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of that. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next, we are going to do 4 stitches, and that's going to be 1, and that's going to be on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So again, 4 stitches is going to come out 1 more stitch to the right, and then so we're going to do 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 stitches, 6 rows. 5, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6 rows. So very repetitive. It goes kind of quick, but take your time, guys. Just keep it loose. And you know what I mean when you tighten it, you'll see your yarn just kind of get really skinny, and you just want to just kind of fill in the orange or my background, so you don't see the background much. You want to see the pop of color that you're bringing to the front. All right. So 1 done, 5 more rows to go. Just keep doing that. So this is day 1 of Barbie bag. Nice. Second row is done. Perfect, second row is done. So now we're on a third row. So 3 more to go after this. And then we increase a little more. All right, fourth row, 2 more rows, guys. So sorry. So remember, the nice thing, you could pause the video, you know, and just continue because it's so repetitive. All right, I think there's one more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more row, and then we move on to something else. Right. Perfect. All right, so next, so finish that. So next we are gonna expand again one more to the right. So we just did 6 rows of 4 stitches. So we are gonna mark these down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 chains, and that's going to be for 3 rows. So let's do 3 rows of 5 chains. Again, we're going to expand one more to the right, just kind of how we've been doing 2, 3, 4, and now it's going to be 5, and that's only going to be for 3 rows. So all the way till the end right here. So 1 in, there you go. So 1. So see how you can see the orange behind it? That means I kind of did a little too tight. So I'm just going to loosen it up a little. Perfect. 1. Keep it loose. It's looking good so far. I like it. So again, 3 rows, repetitive of 5 chains. Row 1 is done. 2 more rows to go. Just gonna zoom you guys out. So it looks like this. This is the letter B that we're working on. So if you guys like this, I'll start doing these live more often, just kind of showing you day by day of how I do my designs. If that's something you're interested in. All right, one more row of repetitiveness. All right, guys, we are done with the repetitiveness of 5 stitches for 3 rows. So you see how it's slowly kind of increasing. So we're gonna cross our work on the iPad for me. All right, and then now we are gonna go back. So we're gonna do 1 row of 4 stitches. So we are going to, instead of going all the way till the end, just 1 chain inside. Let me zoom in. So you see how we did 5? So we're gonna skip 1, the top, and we're gonna go on top of the second one and put a stitch in. We're just gonna do 4 chains on this one. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Awesome. And then after that row, so it's right here, put it right here. After that row, see how it says 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna cross that. We're gonna go back again to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But again, we're gonna extend 1 to the right, and we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows of 5 stitches. So I'll show you that again. So perfect. So just like that. And then we're just gonna put our needle 1 up to the right, because we're gonna do 5, sticking 1 out, because this was 4. Perfect. So now again, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 5. So 1, 2, 4, and 5. All right, we're gonna do the same exact thing for 4, 1, 2, for 3 more rows. 3 more rows. Let's do it. So it looks like that. You see again, it's extending. So I'll zoom out real quick. All right, 2 more rows. And then pretty soon I'm gonna have to cut up another piece of yarn to put on my needle, because we're getting kind of short. Not yet, but soon. All right, 1 more, 1, 2, 3, so 4 rows of chains of 5. Right, so we finish 4 rows, chains of 5. Again, remember to cross your work so you know where you are. And then, so we are getting to the leg of letter B. So again, cross your work, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna do 1 row of 4 chains. So I'll probably cut off the yarn after this one. So 4 chains, 1, 2, awesome. And then I'm actually just gonna leave this in like that because, well, I don't really care how long it is, but I'm just gonna, because I'm gonna put a sheet behind it to kind of close this side so you don't see it. So, all right, but let's keep going. So we marked the 4th, and now we're gonna do again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just gonna extend 1 out, and we're gonna do 5, and we're gonna do that again for 4 rows. But first, I am going to take some yarn, cut a piece of string. Perfect. All right. Oops. Ah! All right, I'm just gonna start on this end. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna get back in it, and now we're gonna do 5. So again, we're gonna do 1 more to the right. Let me zoom in real quick again. So we're gonna do 1 more to the right there. So we're gonna do 4 rows of that. So again, in not too long. All right, so 5 chains. 2, 3, oops, sorry, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're just gonna do that for 3 more rows. So 4 total rows. So just continue doing that. Getting to the top of the B. Just gonna zoom out. Okay. Make sure you don't get your ends tied up. Right, second row is done, so 2 more rows, and then we get to move more to the right. All right, perfect. Finish our 4th row. And then, well, almost, I guess. I got ahead of myself. All right, so now we are gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, but we're gonna move it or shift it to the right again. So just one more block to the right, or I guess one more stitch. So let's mark this off. So we did 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're gonna do 5 again, but we're gonna shift one block to the right, and that's gonna be 3 rows. So 3 rows of 5. Two, 3. Four and 5. All right, so 2 more rows of that. Fine, one more row. All right, so 5 chains. So now we did 3 rows. So now we're gonna cross that over, and now we're gonna do row of 6. So again, it's gonna be just on top, but we're just gonna do one extra one. So if you look right here, so we're gonna cross the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the top, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's all the same 5 plus one extra at the end on the right side. So I'm just gonna go right on top of that last 5 that we did. Perfect. And then we're gonna do 6 chains. So 1, oops, sorry. Sometimes it takes a little. There we go. One, perfect. Two. Three. Three. 1, 2, 3. 4. 5 and 1 extra one and 6. Perfect. 6. All right, and then we're just gonna cross that. And then the next one we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, but we're gonna do 2 rows of it. Starting where the 6 is, right above, we're gonna go in that chain and do 5 chains going to the left, and that's just 2 rows. Yes, so first row, 1 chain 1, 2, 4, 5. One more row of 5 chains. Three, 4, and 5. Perfect. All right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we are gonna do, so we're coming towards the top of the B, if you guys can see. So the next chain is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again, and just we're gonna extend it 1 to the right. So 6 chains, 1. I mean stitches. What did I say? Chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Almost there. Then, oh, perfect. Okay. So then we're gonna cross the 6. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Only for 2 rows. So 5 again for 2 rows. So just push 1 in, 1 chain to the right. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One more row of the same thing. 4 and 5. Perfect. And then the next row is, again, we're gonna do 6, just one more on the inside. Again, hopefully you guys have your chart with you. So 2, cross that out, and then we have 6 right here, except 1 extra right here. So we'll do 6, starting from the top. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, and then after that we are gonna do the like the curve of the bee. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 chains, so all the way to right here. It's supposed to be 13, but I'm gonna do 12 because I want to change the yarn and start from the bottom and build my way up, because we're almost over with this yarn. So for me, I'm gonna do that. So 6, and then again on the top, we're gonna go on top of that 6 and do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 6 more. 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, getting close. 10. 11 and 12. All right, so it's supposed to be 13, but I'm gonna leave 1 out because I want to build my way up. I think it's easier to do these duplicate stitch when you go up, because when you go down, the bulkiness of it, and it just kind of looks weird to me. Okay, so we did 12 stitches. This is the letter B. So I'm just gonna cross that out, and then, sorry, had the needle in my mouth. So we did 12 stitches, and then I'm gonna go back all the way till the end right here, and I want to start from the bottom, working my way up, and then we'll meet and do the top of the bee. So again, I'm gonna get some yarn for me. Okay, and then we are gonna start. Let's see where we started. So it's a long way to go. So we did all those rows. So let's see. Let's start on this side. Okay, so let's see, how many rows down do we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 rows down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces in. So 8 rows down. So 1, let me zoom in a little. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 8th row. And then we're gonna do 1, so look at the stitches, the white squares between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6 we start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6 right here is where we start. And then I just want to make sure, so there's 1, 2, 3. Yep, on the 3rd, perfect. So right there, I'm keeping my eye on it. And we're gonna do 3 chains. This is the bottom, like the side of the bee. So 3 chains. Again, pull your yarn, leave a little tail. 3 chains to the left. And we're gonna do that twice, 2 rows. So 1. 2 and 3. Again, remember, if I went really fast, you can always pause this video and rewind, which is awesome. So, all right, let's keep going. So another second row, 1 more row of 3 chains, and then we're gonna start increasing to the right and meet up with the rest of the letter B. All right, 1 more row. So 1. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're gonna do 4 chains after this row. I'm just gonna zoom out a little. 3. And then we're gonna do 4, extending 1 on the right side. So 1. And then we're gonna do 2 rows of that. So let me cross over the 3 rows. So cross, cross. Now we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 rows of that. Just keep it loose. I'm just gonna pick it up a little. Perfect. 2. 3. And 4. All right, coming into the second row of 4 chains. All right, and then our next row, we are gonna do, looks like 5, just the same 4 plus 1 extra on the right side. So we're just gonna expand it, and we're just gonna do 1 row of that. So we're gonna go to the right, expand 1, will be our 5th chain. And then go back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we just did 5 chains. And then next, let's see. So 5 chains, we're gonna cross this over. So we did 2 rows of 4 and then 1 5. And then next we're gonna do 1 2 3 4 5 chains again, but we're gonna extend it more to the right. So we're kind of shifting everything to the right. So let's finish this. Okay, so I'm gonna go up 1 chain. So instead of 5 right here, we're gonna go 1 over and then do 5. So we should meet up with that side soon. So just always make sure your yarn is not tangled in the back. So, all right, 5. So I'm just gonna zoom out just a little more. Let's see. There you go. So 1, 2, 4, and 5. All right. Then we're gonna do 6 chains, but we're just gonna expand 1 more to the right. 5. All right. So next row we're gonna go up 1 to the right, and then continue doing the 5 as well that we just did. So just doing 6. All right, 2 more rows before we meet up with the other yarn. So 6 chains. 1, 2. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? So since we are gonna go back, ooh, yeah, and meet with this yarn, I don't want to go back and then get stuck, because we're gonna go back and then go this way. Then I have to move the yarn over here. What I'm gonna do is I am going to, after the 2 chains, I'm gonna do the next row to the right, starting to the right along the side of the left. So let's do that. I'm gonna zoom in again if I can. There you go. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. The screen up a little. Okay, so we are gonna move the yarn, so it needs to be 2 over of this, so 2 right here. So you should have only 1 space. One, I guess mine is like peach color. So let's do that. So we're gonna do 1 2 3 4 chains. So leaving 1 color, whatever you are, your background is peach, in between the pink. So 1, 2, oh, that's still 1. 2, 3, and 4. Oops. Perfect, and 4. Awesome. So now let me show you on the chart what we just did. And then we're gonna go back to the row under. So what I did is sorry for the lights, guys. So I cut this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We just did that. And now we're gonna go back to this row and do all of the 6 chains. Then we're gonna go up, do these, and then come back here. Instead of going all the way back and then moving our yarn all these chains, we'll only move 1 over to the top, and then we continue doing the B, if that makes sense. So let's continue doing that row, which is 6. So 1. All right, so let's do it. Let me zoom out a little. Cool. So all the way till the end. Oops. Perfect. And then now we're just gonna do 1 in. So instead of 1 right above, we're gonna go 1 to the right and start from there. Perfect. All right. And we're just gonna go all the way to the part where we meet with the other pink yarn in that row, because we already just did 4 chains. So you just gotta do like 3 more. Yay, awesome. So now we are gonna go up to where we were working on before. So we're just gonna have 1 chain. Remember we did 12 chains on that row, but remember there's actually 13 if you look at your chart. So we are again back to the side where we stopped, I guess. And then now it's gonna be long. So perfect. So we'll do the 13 chain. In our next row, we are gonna go 1 in to the right. So instead of directly putting 1 on top, it's gonna be 1 to the right, and we're gonna, we are going to do all the way from 1 to the right, instead of 1 above, 1 to the right, all the way till the beginning plus, yeah, all the way to the beginning. So where we ended our stitch. So that's the way I always look at the chart. I don't usually count. I kind of look as my previous row, and if it's 1 extra, 2 extra, 1 behind, it just makes it easier. But I can count it for you guys. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 chains. So let's do 12 chains. So this is gonna be a second. And then just take your time, guys. 1. So we should go all the way to the beginning. We should have 1 right underneath it. Right underneath the chain should be another pink chain. 1, 2, 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 6. 10, 11, and 12. Perfect. All right. So now the next row, we are going to go one more to the right. So we're expanding it. So shift one up and one to the right. And we are just going to do, 12 again. So it should be one extra to the right, but when we're going to end on the left, we're going to leave one chain below, if that makes sense. So just look at your chart, guys, and just follow that. Okay. So perfect. 1. 2. Make sure to cross your work. All right. Coming up. Almost there. So you should have one pink from the previous row, and we're not going to fill that up above. So just one short of the row beneath. All right. So mark that row, and then this next row we are going to do 2 to the right and then 1 more to the right. So we're going to skip 2 above and then go to the third. So I'll zoom in real quick. So see how we had 12 chains right here, but we are going to skip these 2 ends. Sorry, these 2 ends, and then start working on the third and then all the way out. So 1. Ooh, so if you look, so you always want to look kind of ahead. So if you look ahead on the chart, we're going to start working, sorry guys, we're going to start working on this long, we're going to start working on this long, I guess, bridge, you could say. So what I'm thinking is we're going to simultaneously work on those rows together. So then when we get to right here, we can just do these few rows, possibly. Yeah, and that might be better. So let's do that. So 1 above, so we're gonna do a few of those. So we already did 2. So let's do 3rd. And then I'm gonna go on top till like, not the last one, but the 2nd to last. Because remember, it shifts if you look at your chart, and do that. So we're just gonna keep doing that, going back and forth between the rows. Alright guys, so I hope you've seen a lot, and so I'm just gonna let you, oh, let me zoom out. I'm just gonna let you continue working on your own. I just don't think anyone's gonna watch this because it's like, it's so repetitive, and look, it's already been over an hour and we're still just on the part of the bee. But now you kind of know why you charge a little bit more, because this will take me, you know, like 4 more days and hours of hard work and a lot of podcasts and TV. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna just show you the rest of the video after I finish this, how I put it back together. But I think I'm gonna show you just a small square maybe of like a animal print or something, because this is like, I think, too big and too much to show. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you do make one. If you do, tag me below at Nitty Life, because I'd love to see how yours turn out, if you use the same background color or different shades. Alright guys, thanks so much. I hope you have a great night.